All right, here we go. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collectors. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And yes, I've had a couple of videos this week, but I actually have an unboxing video. I haven't done one of those in a little while. Now, those of you who've been watching my channel for a while know that I've lost probably about 90% of my employ, and I've been having some problems with one of our cats. But I also did mention that I have a bunch of boxes I have yet to unbox. And I always do that where I save some just in case there are situations that happen. So I have videos that I could make even if there's something like the situation that happened with me. So I don't know how I managed to keep this in the box, but I did. And now I'm going to unbox it for you guys because I know you guys and gals enjoy this. So as always, when people show up, I did this basically, even though I gave like 5 minutes notice, I basically just, that's a lot of notice for me. But Don is here. Luck E is here. I like that name. Horror Breakdown, always good to see you. Jerry P says hello. I say hey back. Yola Rodriguez is here, says good afternoon. Matt James is here. Welcome one and all. Let me put on the video camera. Natural Boy Scott Wilson is here. James said, how did you keep that so long? Good question. I make sure that I have a couple of boxes always just in case. So here's the box I'm going to unbox for you. This is a Mega Key issue. So let's just hope it's actually in here because basically it's past the 30 days. But the good thing is with PayPal, I have 6 months just in case. So I'm not really ever worried about that kind of stuff. But I always make sure I take care of situations that, you always plan ahead. So this way when situations happen, and, that's life. Sometimes situations do happen. You are prepared for it. All right, so they wrapped this pretty good. I told them, I always tell people, and I highly recommend this. I always tell buyers, especially on eBay, make sure you contact the sellers and tell them how you would like it to be packaged. I mean, not everybody's going to listen, but if you get a couple that do, especially with, more expensive books, then, good things will happen. Now, it looks like they didn't put a board with this comic, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, okay. So they didn't put a board, but that's all right. Back looks good. Now, according to the seller, said this book is intact. I knew it was a lower grade, but it's not too low. Obviously, I'm going to have to open it up, and we can actually do that now since there's no bag and board. I'll examine it with you. So if anybody wants to take a guess based on this back. Now, that's not on the comic. Yeah, there's a sticker there, so that's not on the comic. So I'm going to be changing the bag, and obviously I'll be putting a backing board with it. I always add, especially with key issues, I always add several backing boards because it keeps it more sturdy, and this will definitely be graded. Now, I didn't get my usual bargain price for this, but I definitely paid under what it's worth, and it has still a lot of potential. All right, so here we go. Now, I have several copies of this. This is probably my 6th or 7th copy of this book. It's a Silver Age book, and I wish it was Amazing Spider-Man 14, but probably just as good, if not better, and you'll see why. And this is a book I highly recommend. So we have another copy of Fantastic Four, issue number 48, which, of course, is the first appearance and full appearance of the Silver Surfer and the cameo appearance of Galactus. Now, I don't know how many people own this book, but I'm actually going to open this because we can check it out. So this is probably, like I'll show you, this is probably about between a 3 and a 4. Because you can see there's a color break increase that goes in this direction here and here. There's like an X going in these directions. And you could see here, it looks like maybe there was a price tag or something on it. So that got a little bit torn off. You could see, there is some moderate wear. I mean, especially for a Silver Age book. But like I said, this is probably about a 3. Probably about a 3.0, maybe a 3.5. I don't know if it would hit a 4. But let's make sure everything is intact. The staples are attached. So that's good. This is, let's put it so you can see it. I would say cream, like off-white pages. Looks good. Let's see the first appearance of Galactus. That's a cameo. All right, so I've actually never opened this book before. This is actually quite interesting. Here is the first appearance you ever see of Galactus. Doesn't look, I like the G on his chest. He doesn't have his typical purple style outfit. It's more red and green. But that's actually quite interesting. So there's just a one panel where you could see Galactus. So that's his first appearance. And he had the letter G on his chest. Well, it's supposed to be a G, but it actually looks like a C. But that is the first appearance ever of Galactus. Which, by the way, Galactus may look human, but here's the funny part that most people may not know about. Galactus doesn't have an actual form. In other words, he will change his form based on what species is looking at him. So if he visits, for example, the Skrulls, to the Skrull people, he will look like a Skrull. So he actually has no particular structure when it comes to what his face looks like. All right, so this has Inhumans appearances. Let me see if we could find the first appearance that you see of Silver Surfer. All right, so right here is the first time you ever see the Silver Surfer. So it looks like this book is intact. Let's see, because I always tell people, make sure you check the inside, because you can see the coupons are all there. That's a big thing. Let's check the centerfold. Looks like the pages are in pretty good condition. All right, so the centerfold is intact. Both staples, up, bottom and top. So like I said, this is probably, it looks like it could use a pressing because there is a little bit of an indent. But a pressing would help this book. I don't think it would raise it much more. And I also noticed the little piece missing of the color. It doesn't rip through, it's just the color. Marvel stamps were not in the Silver Age. That was Bronze Age. But I see all the coupons that are in here are intact. Now that's a cool page. Now it doesn't show Galactus or anything, but that's his ship that he's flying in. That's a cool splash page. So this book overall, I would say, is probably a 3.0 to a 3.5. Now, if you go to GoCollect.com, which is one of the places I check for prices, a 3.0 right now currently is worth $625. A 3.5 is currently worth about $775. Obviously, on eBay, it's probably going to be more expensive. Obviously, once the Fantastic Four are in a Marvel movie, books like this are going to go up. Then when you see Galactus, this is going to go up. When you see Silver Surfer, they'll probably be hand in hand, those two. This book is going to go up. So this book only has room to grow, and I've recommended this book so many times. So I paid, like I said, I didn't get my usual deal on this one. I bought this back in January, and I've had it in the box ever since. I paid $491.65. So under $500 for this book, especially now, is a really good price considering that it is completely intact. Both staples are intact. No tears, no coupons missing, no writing on the inside. I mean, most of the damage is on the cover, which is to be expected. So I would say, James says, is Go Collect better than Price Guide? It's basically your own preference. I don't use the price guides that much anymore because they don't update as much. Go Collect does their prices based on sales on eBay over a period of time. So it's actually what people are willing to pay for it. To me, that's what gives value. You know, if they base it on their estimates, I mean, you can have a book say it's worth $500, but if no one wants to pay that price for that book, then how is that really a fair assessment of its value? So one of the things I like, excuse me, one of the things I like about Go Collect is that they base it on actual sales. So in other words, what people were willing to pay for that book. You know, we as the consumers dictate value. You know, you can have a car that's worth $1,000 and put it online or put it in the newspaper for sale for $1 million. Doesn't mean anybody's going to pay for that. And if somebody does, then yes, that car would be worth $1 million, at least to that person. So I think this book is I highly recommend this book. Like I said, I have like 6 or 7 copies of this book. Looks pretty good. The back looks pretty darn good. Now, obviously, you know, it's not a 9.8. I mean, this is a book from the mid-60s. Or late 60s, actually. But overall, for the price I paid, can't complain. Looks pretty darn good, and this will be a book that gets graded. So $491.65 is the price I paid. And just to confirm that, let me just cover. They wrote, thank you for your purchase. Any concerns, please contact me. That's nice. So let's just cover this part. So you can see, let me just angle this for a second. There is the price that I paid. I always make sure I am upfront and honest. I don't manufacture prices. I don't leave out the shipping and handling. So I won it for $485. The shipping was $655. So it came out to $491.55. This book is only going to continue to go up. So definitely one that I highly recommend getting if you can, even in low grade. The good thing is low grade, especially like a 0.5, has gone down recently. Because like I always tell people, you know, you get so many of what I call flavor of the months that people start to forget other books. At one point, a 0.5 was around $450. It's now dropped to $325. Now, that doesn't mean the book is bad. It just means there's so many other books out there that sometimes people forget between the announcement of a movie or a deal or a TV show and the actual creation of that movie, deal, or TV show. Sometimes there's years in between, so people start forgetting. So now is a good time to pick up this book when the prices are low because they're not going to... Let's put it this way. Unless Marvel makes the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer and Galactus horrible, which I doubt they're going to do, to me, the sky's the limit on this book. So get as many as you can. Pay the lower prices. Don't forget to ask for deals. You never know. Somebody might be desperate to sell a book. I mean, I might have to get to that point myself at one point. But, you know, just do the right thing. Don't have a $1,000 book and offer $50. You know, be respectful. So let me do today's surprise subscriber shout out. I always want to thank people for leaving their comments. I mean, I don't plan these videos. I just make them. And I always appreciate how many people last second, especially this is 4:20 in the afternoon, you know, midweek. You know, everybody else is watching the new comic book day purchases. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. So today's surprise subscriber shout out is going to go to Brian Bounds. Whether you're a subscriber or not, it doesn't matter to me here, as long as you're respectful. And he is, because he wrote, "Love, Go Collect. Can't thank you enough, Chris, for informing us about it. It's my pleasure. I am always here to help people. Anytime I have advice on comics and stuff, I'm more than happy to share it with you. And hopefully it does benefit people. So that is my story. I'm sticking to it. we have another Fantastic Four, issue number 48. This is the first full appearance and first appearance of Silver Surfer. First cameo. If you didn't see it, I actually showed what the character looks like in this video. So if you missed out, rewind this when it processes and check it out so you can actually see what Galactus looks like. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Your thumbs up will tell me you did. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I, it's We Love Comics. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will have more unboxing videos to come in the future, so stick around, stay tuned. Peace out, everybody.